Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going uh, we're going to do a lot of things today. We're going to do three things. This will be in three separate videos, but it's something that I will start doing on the same day, so those things could cross-mix now together. But before we start first of all, we're going to make survival bread. Then we're going to also make bread to how to make homemade penicillin, and then we're going to look at how you make an homemade improvised homemade shower within 15 minutes. A hot shower, by the way. But before we do that, just a little bit self promotion. If you're interested in detective stories, I I have an 11. I started with an 11-part series. This is the first part of it. Bloody Crosses. If you interested in detective series, the link will be below. So that was just a little bit self promotion. All right. So the first part, survival bread. Yeah, survival bread. It's not that complicated, to be honest. It's actually one of the most simplest things. You can even do this during a bug out or just a camping trip. Uh, you can just make, if you, as long as you got how do you call it, meal. What's the English word for it? Um, Flour. That's the word. Yeah, sorry, flour. If you got grain and you got a mill or a mortal, you can start to grind them up to flour. If you got flour, you can make bread. Making bread is not that complicated, depending on your standards or your taste, of course. The thing is, you can make bread with yeast and all those bakery recipes, but we're talking today about survival bread. That is bread made out of the most simplest things around. So we are going to start off with just normal bread, and I will just a normal flat bread that we're going to make on the fire outside. And yeah, I will give some tips about how you can improve the nutritional value of it and how to start making it. So on the most simplest way, you can make it as complicated as possible. But we will do now it's the most simple kind of bread that you can make. So it does not get simpler than this. You just take a bowl, you put flour in it, perhaps some salt, and you pour water in it, and you start to punch. Not punching. How do you say this? Where you squeeze it together so that the air gets mixed with the dough, and you do this till you get something like this, something that is dry. You put it on a flat surface. You start to roll it a little bit flat, and yeah, basically this is it. To be honest, if you perhaps can see, I to put some extra flavor on it, I just put it some herbs with it, like thyme, oregano, and some chili flakes, just to give it some spice. Because in a real survival situation, you will put some herbs in it for some vitamins or something, and something for the taste. But in the most basic thing, just flour and water. You can just make the same thing like this, and you just bake it in an oven or on a hot surface or a fire. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is just something very simple. I just want to point out, like I said, that you can put herbs and other and salt and such in, but the thing is, you can also make it extra nutritional with not only the herbs, but you can also put some other powdered uh, food items in it. We're thinking about milk powder, if you got that in your stockpile, or perhaps you can, like I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to bake it on the fire on this pan with just a little bit of olive oil, so that the bread has some even more calorie value in it, and that's also good for the taste. So we're going to do it like a really big fat pancake. Uh, you can also do it like not flatten it, but just as a little bowl. How do you say this? A bowl. like something spherical, and you can put it into a Dutch oven, bake it by 2 sides, and that's also possible. But we're going to keep it simple today. Just we're going to bake it in a little layer of olive. So here we got the flatbread, and we are going to bake it onto this fire. I will put it on into a minute till the olive oil is a little bit hot, and then we can throw the bread onto the pan and flip it a few times so it bakes like on 2 sides, which can be a little bit more efficient for the heat, so you do not have to create more heat for a big bread. So a flat bread is in that case more less energy consuming is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the next time you will see in next frame you will see normally a baked bread, a flat bread. So as you can see, this is now a flat bread, and yeah, with all the herbs in it, it's very tasty. It could also be tasty with if you mix it with some chocolate powder, milk powder, or something else that you fancy to put in the flatbread. And another benefit is this flatbread will fit easier into a bag or something else that you carry, like during a bug out. So if you take flour with you and you have water, you can with a pan make actually bread during a bug out, and that's can add some that can save some space in your bug out bag, or it can be a more morale boosting way to get through a bug out to the bug out location. So yeah, a freshly baked bread is always delicious, nutritious, and it helps the morale up. So yeah, that is this is just some small idea for the preppers. So I would say subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Share the video, like, leave a comment if you have other ideas to make simple survival bread or something that I forgot to mention. So yeah, I would say thank you for watching, and cheers and bon appetit.